Good morning. This is Shop Talk from the house. For various reasons anyway. I'm home today. And I wanted to cover something real quick. I actually recorded this earlier, but God stopped it, man, and wouldn't let it go through. It means it was long, but it wasn't right. And it took a Jeremy Camp video and the little thing that Doug Harris put on that I was reading. Anyway, that got me fired up. So I'm in Mark 13. It says, "When these things begin to happen, watch out. You will be handed over to the local councils and beaten in the synagogues. You will stand trial before governors and kings because you are my followers." Means it will cost you something. "But this will be your opportunity to tell them about me. For the good news must first be preached to all nations. But when you are arrested and stand trial, don't worry in advance about what to say. Just say what God tells you at the time. For it is not you who will be speaking, but the Holy Spirit. A brother will betray his brother to death. A father will betray his own child, and children rebel against their parents and cause them to be killed. And everyone will hate you because you are my followers, but the one who endures to the end will be saved." The reason God stopped the other one is this. If we can't even profess Christ and stand up for Him in today's world and society where we're not being killed in our country, here when your family comes against you, when you're threatened with death, when you're locked up, it says, "He who endures to the end will be saved." How many people only go to church on Sunday? One time. How many people can be convicted right now if they're arrested by the things in their life, by their speech, by their action, by what they talk about, and what they do to be a follower of Christ? How many can be convicted in a courtroom by a jury saying, "You love Jesus. We see evidence in all your life"? Or is the evidence in other things that you do? Is evidence in the sports teams you do, the relationships you have, the sin that you go into that you say and justify as a gray area, but with God it's black and white? The enemy is the great deceiver. Know this. He has come into our world. He has blinded our eyes, and he's camouflaged us to where we step out in sin and things that we do. He says it's okay because the culture says it's okay, and it's not. Time is drawing to an end. He says you don't know the hour. It means we're going to be surprised when he comes back. It's at a time when I don't know, or you don't know, or we don't see, but we see evidence by the world and by the things it's going through. We have to be ready. You have to stand firm. And if you don't read this book, if you don't meditate on it, if you don't chew on it, then how are you going to know what deception is and not? How are you going to know how to lead your family? How are you going to know to stand up for Christ? How are you going to know to make a difference in the world and not just blend in? That zeal comes from God that's in my heart to you. But I got fired up this morning because of that, and I'm looking, thinking, Lord, how many things do we fall, and we're not even threatened with our life? Other countries, sure, it goes on, but not here as much yet. If you don't get in this word and start standing for it and seeing what it says and putting His word in your heart, then how are you going to stand up when the temptation grows worse, when the times grow even worse than they are now, and when it costs you something to serve Jesus? Plain and simple. I love y'all. God bless you. Please get in this word and be a discerner of the times and know what's right, to raise your family, to work jobs and do what's right.